What's up, everyone? It is time for the RIO seat version of the inaugural no checklist startup tutorial for the DCS World F-14 by Heatblur. The RIO startup is mostly a lot of waiting. If you're doing a real deal mission, you might spend a lot of time inputting waypoints or surface target points. But for the most part, the process is turning on various panels and waiting for the INS to align. In this video, we'll show 4 different ways to do an alignment: a land alignment, a carrier alignment, and both land and carrier with an automatic stored heading from the mission editor. There will be a timestamp for each of these in the description for the video if you want to head directly to one or the other now. Let's go ahead and take a look at a land alignment. First, we'll have to wait for the pilot to request ground power and make sure the parking brake is on.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
Copy.
Chief, connect ground air supply.
Ground power is now on. Copy. Ground air supply is now connected.
Next, we can turn on our oxygen. Then we set our WCS into standby. It takes about 40 seconds or so for the displays to come on. Once they're on, we want to turn the nav mode on the TID to ground. Now on the TID, you will notice at the top we have our lat long coordinates. Both are at 0. Below this, to the left, we have a 0, which is the number of minutes in tenths that the alignment has been running. To the right, we have a caret symbol, which follows a margin across the top of the TID as the alignment is progressing, and it will move left to right. Think of this as sort of a progress bar for the total alignment process. You'll notice that there are 3 ticks on the bottom of the progress margin. The first tick is course alignment complete, and if you wanted to, you could take off now and fly around. The next tick is alert launch criteria, and is the minimum for the AIM-7 and AIM-54 non-bore sight modes. Once the caret reaches this point, it will become a diamond, which will let you know that it has reached the alert launch criteria. The last tick is for a fine alignment, and the caret will turn into a diamond with a dot in the middle. And at this point, you are fully aligned and can set up for taxi. Okay, so let's start our alignment. First, you want to bring up your knee board. The first page should have your lat long and altitude. We want to enter these into the CAP, or computer address panel. So first we hit clear, then 1 for latitude. We press N for north, and then enter the latitude: 43, 26, 9. Before we hit enter, we want to look at the top of the TID, and we can just verify that we've input the right value. And then we can go ahead and press enter. Now for longitude, we're going to hit 6, and then E for east, and then we'll enter 39, 56, 7. Again, verify this on your TID, and then press enter. Last, we want to press 4 for altitude. Enter our altitude of 104 feet. Verify it on our TID, and again press enter. Now we can see the minute counter and the caret start to progress as the alignment process works. Now, if your goal is to just do a quick alignment and get in the air and do a free flight, then you could probably start anywhere here. All you need to do is flip your nav mode to INS and you're ready to go. But since this takes some time to do it properly, we're going to go ahead and do a bit of housekeeping and turn on our other systems that we might need depending on the situation. So very basic housekeeping we can do. Starting from the left, we'll turn on our TACAN to transmit receive. Next, turn our radio to TR plus G. We can go ahead and tidy up the armament panel and safe any selected jettison switches. Uncage our standby attitude indicator. Turn on our RWR receiver. Set our DECM to standby. Turn on our data link. And turn on our IFF. At this point, you can input any waypoint missions, surface targets, set up your countermeasure programs, talk to your pilot, a little childish banter, whatever passes the time. Now here you can see the caret turned into a diamond, indicating that we are at a course alignment. And now you can see that we have a diamond with a dot in the middle, indicating that we have a fine alignment. Now, once we have the alignment we want, we simply flip our TID nav mode to INS and we're ready to taxi. Okay, so let's check out how to do this on the boat. This one is easier, but it also takes longer because typically the carrier is moving. After ground power is on, we turn on our oxygen, turn our WCS to standby, turn on our data link, and flip the mode selector to Kane's waypoint. This allows communication between the jet and the carrier, and allows the INS data from the carrier to be used to align jet, as well as transferring waypoints set in the mission editor. With that set up, we switch our nav mode to CVA, and we wait for quite a while. Now again, here's where you would want to do your housekeeping, enter your waypoints, etc. But I prefer to kick back, take in the ocean breeze, and just relax. See you guys in a minute. No, look at that, it's done. That was easy. Okay, well, now we close the canopy. Switch nav mode to INS, and we are good to go. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to land and do an automatic stored heading alignment. So to start, our ground power is on, and we've gone ahead and just turned on the WCS to speed things up here. So first, turn nav mode on your TID to ground. On our cap, you can set the category to nav, and if you see the stored heading alignment lit up, you have a stored heading. You can also check the TID and it'll say ash below the progress margin. So just like a normal ground alignment, we go ahead and put in our lat long and altitude. And now we do a little housekeeping while we wait for the initial part of the alignment. What you'll notice is that once the alignment gets to around 1.8 minutes, it will move very quickly and finish up much faster than not having a stored alignment. There we go. Fine alignment in about 2.1 minutes. Now we just set our nav mode to INS and we are all set. Now if you've been following along, you can probably guess how this last one's going to go, but for the sake of being thorough, let's take a look at an automatic stored heading alignment on the carrier. Again, our WCS is on and ground power is on. We turn on our data link, flip our mode selector to Kane's waypoint, switch our nav mode to CVA. We see Ash on the TID. And if we come over to the nav category on our cap, it shows that stored heading alignment is selected. Okay, so now we do our housekeeping. And at about 1.7 minutes in, the progress is incredibly fast. And now we have a fine alignment. Nav mode INS, and we are all set. I hope this helps you get going quickly in the RIO pit. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.